Do you want your website to automatically post new products you add to WooCommerce or new blog posts you publish to all your social medias? Do you want to send text messages to your customers when you change the order status of their orders inside WooCommerce? Do you want to notify subscribers, visitors, or customers of your website about pretty much anything whenever you want to or whenever it happens on your site? If you said yes to any of those, then this video is for you. We're going to check out Notification Master, which is going to help you do all the things I just mentioned and more. It's an awesome plugin. It's definitely worth taking a look. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through two very useful use cases for this plugin. Hi, I'm Bjorn from WPLearningLab, and let's get started. This is Notification Master in the WordPress repository. It's a brand new plugin, only 100 plus installs, but it's super promising. And it does some really useful stuff. We're going to look at two use cases in this video, and I think you're going to like what you're going to see. And on their homepage, they have the Pro version for sale, plus documentation, plus more information about the plugin. So if you need even more power, this is the place to go. We'll be using the Pro version in this video, but the free version does tons of stuff, and it's definitely worth checking out. So let's hop into our WordPress dashboard and install it. First, we'll go to Plugins, and then Add Plugin. We're going to look up Notification Master. Should be able to find without the R. No, it can't. Got to spell it with proper words. Here we go. This first one on the top left here, this is the one we want. Like I said, it's brand new. They're just getting started, but it's super promising. So the ratings and active installs aren't that high, but 5 out of 5 stars so far. So that's pretty good. Compatible with the current version of WordPress, updated a month ago. If you're installing this on a live site, you might want to back up your site first just in case something goes wrong. It's pretty rare, but if something does go wrong, it's great to have a backup you can revert back to. If you need help with that, there's a tutorial in the description down below. When you're ready, click on Install Now, and then Activate. Now that we have the free version installed, I'm going to go ahead and install the Pro version. So once you have an account with Notification Master, if you go to My Account, under Downloads, you can find the download right here. Once it's on your hard drive, you can go to Add Plugin inside of WordPress, go to Upload Plugin, choose the file from your hard drive, then click on Install Now, and then Activate. We've got to enter our license key right here. We can get that from the licenses page. Click on Activate License. Bob's your uncle. License is active. So we have a new menu option on the top left here. And there's lots of options under that menu option. And basically what we're going to do is use this plugin to make communication with our customers, subscribers, and website visitors more seamless so we can keep them more in the loop with our business through promoting new products we create, but also notifying them about their purchases and different ways of doing that. So in the first part of this video, we're going to create a product in WooCommerce, and when that product's created, Notification Master is going to send out notifications about that new product to Facebook, X, Instagram. In the second part of this video, we're going to create an automation to notify your customers when product status changes. For example, if you have an order for, say, tennis shoes, and you have an order status of pending, when you change the status inside WooCommerce to shipped, then they'll be notified. And we're going to do this specifically via WhatsApp using Twilio. There's lots of different ways you can notify people. I'm just going to show you a couple of examples of the power of Notification Master, but there's lots of different options of how to communicate with your customers. Let's get started building that first notification workflow. Let's go to Notifications, under Notification Master, and click on Add New Notification. The number we can add, by the way, is unlimited. You can have as many notifications as you want. I'm going to call this one New WooCom Product to Socials. The trigger is what happens on the sites to cause this automation to run. And there's lots of options. We're going to use specifically the Add a Product trigger, but let's just look through all the different things you can do. First one, you've probably seen before. When you publish a post, you can get a notification in your browser to say, so-and-so website published a post. And then you can just click the link in that notification and go check out the post. But you can also have notifications for your employees, for your staff, for your authors, for your editors, for your product creators, what have you. And they can be notified when a post is approved, or when a post is drafted, when a post is scheduled, when a post is sent to review. So not all these options are going to be forward facing. You can use it to automate a bunch of the background work you do as well. Maybe not automate, but you can use it to make it more streamlined. We have the same options for pages. And then we have, sorry about that, similar options for categories, similar options for tags, similar options for comments. And then we have our WooCommerce options. So we have, this jumps around a lot, WooCommerce order. You can have notifications sent out when an order is created or an order status is changed. This will be part of our second automation in this video. Or an order is completed, or an order is in progress. We can also have notifications for products added to cart, removed from cart, products updated, product in stock, product out of stock. Can you imagine if you build a notification for all the people who wanted to get on a list and they're notified when the product is in stock using this notification? You're going to make sales instantly as soon as that product hits your store. It's super powerful when you think of it that way. There's also triggers for WooCommerce reviews, and that's the end of the list. And we are going to choose product added right here, product added. So when a product is added through WooCommerce, we are going to do the following down here. Click on Add Connection. This shows what you can do. We can web push, which is the notification that appears in a browser. I'm sure you've seen before. We can send an email. We can use a webhook to connect to automation platforms. We can send a message to Discord. We can send a post to Facebook, message to Slack, a post to X. We can send data to Make and Zapier so that they can automate or trigger other workflows. Maybe if you want to post to Threads, for example, that's not on this list, or TikTok, you can possibly do that through Make and Zapier or through the webhook. And we can also send notifications through Twilio and send directly to cell phones. That's also part of the second part of this video. So for the first notification workflow, we're going to do 3 of these: Instagram, Facebook, and X. So we're going to click on this button here. Let's do Instagram first. Let's call this Insta. Here we have a warning that says, make sure your WordPress admin has an SSL. The site I'm using right now is local and it doesn't have an SSL. So we're going to switch over to this website right here. It does have an SSL. It's our demo website, and that warning is not there. So if you have that warning and you need to have an SSL, you need help with that, I'll link to a tutorial in the card up above and the description down below. It'll help you set up your SSLs and make sure your site's secure, and then this will work. And so we have to create an app ID and an app secret key. We can click right here to find out more. This is the documentation for the plugin specifically about Instagram. It tells you how to do it. You don't have to go through this if you follow along what I show you in this video, but if you don't follow along what's in the video, rest assured, this documentation right here will help you get the app ID and the secret. The first step on this page, there's a Facebook for Developers website link. We want to click on that, and that takes us to here. You can also get here by typing in developers.facebook.com into your browser address bar. You can create an account for free. I already have an account, so I can click on My Apps in the top right, and this shows all the apps currently in my account. You will have 0 if you create a brand new account. If you already have an account, you might have something in here. Click on Create App to create a new one specifically for Notification Master. For the app name, I'm going to say Notification Master WPLearningLab, because if you have multiple websites with Notification Master, you're probably going to want to have multiple apps for that. I think each app will connect to Instagram, specifically your Instagram account for this website or this brand. So for every brand you have, every website you have, you're going to want to have a different app name and a different app setup. And so that's why I have the WPLL, so I can determine the brand that it's for. Click on Next. Under Use Cases, we want to go to Others and then choose Other at the very bottom. Then click on Next again. For the type, we want to choose Business and then click Next. For the details, these are mostly pre-filled. This last one is optional. I'm just going to keep this blank for now. Click on Create App. Then on this page, we're going to choose Instagram, because that's what we're setting up right now. Let's click on Setup under Instagram. And on this page, we want to scroll down to where it says Set up Instagram Business Login. Click on Setup. And here we have to paste in a redirect URL. We get this from our website. The notification we're setting up for Insta, it has a redirect URL right here. We want to copy that and then paste that in here. And then click Save. Now we have a green check mark for the business login, and that's good to go. Now we're going to go to App Roles on the left-hand side and click on Roles. Now we're going to click on Add People, and we're going to add a testing account because we want to do that first just to make sure everything's working. So we click on Instagram Tester at the bottom. we enter a username for an Instagram test account that you have access to. And this is one of mine here. Click on add or add it as a tester. Now this has to be approved by this person. So if that's you, you now have to log into your Instagram account and accept this invitation to be a tester. Once you log into your Instagram account, you're going to want to go to this URL specifically, which is instagram.com/accounts/manage_access. That'll take you to this page. On here, we have some tabs. On the furthest right side, we have tester invites. Here it says we've been invited to test this app. Click on accept, not decline. So we accept that. Now we can be testers for this app, and that's all gravy. So now this person, if I refresh, should be set from pending to active or something. It should not say pending here anymore. It just says nothing at all. So this person, me, is now available for testing this app that we created. Now we need to get the app ID and the secret key. On the left-hand side under products, we have Instagram. Click on the down arrow and click on API setup with Instagram login. This will take us back to this page we were working on earlier. This now has a green check mark, which it didn't have before we added the user role. So we did something right there. We want to copy this Instagram app ID. So let's copy that. I guess you click to copy. There you go. And we want to copy the Instagram app secret. We'll do that in just a second. So back in the website, we want to put the app ID into this field. And then we want to put the app secret into this field. Then we have to click Generate Access Token. If we've done everything right so far, this should work. So let's click it and see what happens. Notification master WPLearningLab is requesting access to WPLearningLab. If you select Allow, it'll be good. Okay, so let's select Allow. It's loading, and that appeared to have worked. Look at that. Now we're able to post our products, that's what we're creating here, our product details to Instagram. And this is the template for that. Caption, image URL, and alt text. Over here, we have some shortcodes. So for product, we want to add things like the product name. Let's copy that. Let's paste that in here. Before that, I want to put new, because it's a new product, right? New or just dropped or new drop or something to signify it's new. And that would be the product name. And then maybe, let's see, period, check it out in the store. And then link to the store. Let's see, there's a short code for the store. Product permalink. Definitely want to add that. Let's do that. Let's check it out in the store, and the product permalink. So this will take them right to the product from the caption. The image URL needs to be the image. So here we have WooCommerce product image URL. Let's copy that one, paste it in there. The alt text for your post, I want to make it the same as the caption. That's for screen readers and things like that. So people use those accessibility types of technologies. They can still read Instagram posts. So you definitely want to have that. Here we see the connection is enabled, and we can also enable conditional logic. I bet if you wanted to, you could have only products from certain categories show up, for example. So we could have, let's see, product category. So if the product category is equal to shoes, then this automation will run, or this notification will run. Every other category wouldn't run. So you can be very specific on what you want to post and what you don't want to post. Or you could even have different triggers set up with different templates for the caption for different categories. So it's unique. Every time you add something to a different category, it's a different setup for the social post. I'm not going to use the conditional logic for now. I'm going to click on save. To save that, we've got Instagram connected after all that. Now we just have to add Facebook and X. So let's get started. Click on add connection. Click Facebook. Next. Let's call this FB. Whatever happened to Meta? I thought they changed their name to Meta, but it doesn't seem to be sticking. Anyway, have to do the same stuff. Need an app ID and an app secret. Click on find out more. Takes you to the documentation for connecting with Facebook. Again, you can go through what you see here, or you can just follow along in this video. And because we did the work for creating an app in the Facebook developer account for Instagram, it's a little bit faster for Facebook. So over here in our Notification Master account, if we click on Add Product, we can just add Facebook in. If you did not go through the steps to add Instagram, like we just saw a few minutes ago, you'll have to go through all those steps again. It's all the same steps. You create an app, you choose Other, you choose Business, you give it a name, and then you add a product over here. So if we click on Add Product, we're going to shortcut all that. And the one we want is down here, Facebook Login for Business. Click on Setup. This is going to feel pretty similar to what we just did for Instagram, but it's a little bit easier for setting up Facebook. So we have to add our URL from the website, we're going to grab it in just a second, to this field right here, valid OAuth redirect URIs. So let's go back to the website. We're going to copy this URL right here. We're going to paste it in here. We do not paste it on the first field up here. That won't work. We paste it down here, then we click on Save Changes. And I'm pretty sure we save nothing else, or we change nothing else. And we can now go ahead and grab our API keys. Let's go to App Settings and then Basic. Up at the top, we grab the app ID and we paste it in here. And then we grab the secret. I have to re-enter my password here. Good for security purposes. Copy that and paste it in for the app secret. Then click on Generate Access Token. So a little pop-up will show up. Make sure your pop-up blockers aren't installed. Continue as me. Yes, but how do I continue? Where's the continue button? Oh, down here. I had to scroll down. Continue as Bjorn Allpass. I'm going to choose opt in to all current and future pages right here. You can also opt in to current pages only and select a specific page. Just going to choose this top one. Then click on Continue. This is the access you're granting Notification Master. If you don't like what you see here, you can't carry on. I'm sorry. But if you do like what you see, or you're okay with it, click on Save. And now it will hopefully, now click on Got It. Now it'll hopefully generate us an access token over here, and then give us a template to work on. Fetching pages. Okay, let's pick a page. For the text, this is what your post is going to have. We have merge tags again, and we can write our content here. So we could write new or new drop. That's what the kids are saying these days. Same merge tags as before. Let's put this in there. Let's say actually new merch. Yeah, that's the ticket. New merch. Product name. You can add a description here. You can also get the description from the product itself, the short description or the long description. I'm going to use the short one. Paste that in there. And I'm going to add a URL, the permalink, right below the title so it's front and center. For the post link, I'm going to add the permalink as well. Put it in there. You can enable or disable this connection and add conditional logic if you want to, just like before. I'm going to click on Save, and now that notification is set up. The next one is setting up X. I'm going to click on Add Connection, choose X, click on Next. I'm going to call it Connection X. And here we have to set more settings. For X, you need a whole lot more. Consumer key, consumer secret, access token secret, and then we add the text for the actual post. So to get all these things, we can have a help page that you can come and check out, or you can watch this video and I'll show you how to set all this up. If you don't have a developer account yet with X, you'll have a short questionnaire to fill out and you'll have your free account set up in no time. This is my account here. The dashboard's taken forever to load. So I'm going to click on standalone apps over here. When you create a developer account, you'll have a default app created. We're just going to use that one for this video. So over here, we have the name, the app ID. We're going to click on Setup down here for user authentication so that we can use Notification Master. On this page, we're going to choose Read and Write. We're going to choose Web App. And then we're going to put the URL of our website into these two boxes. So let's get the URL of the website, put it in there, and in there. Sorry, the callback URI / redirect URL has to have your website and your website URL. All the rest you can leave blank, they're optional. Click on Save, and then Yes. And now we have a client ID and a client secret. We're not going to copy these right now. I'm just going to click on Done. and then click yes, I saved it. Under keys and tokens, this is where we actually need to create our keys. So we have consumer keys and authentication tokens. You'll see those match up with consumer key and access token. So we're going to regenerate our consumer keys. Yes, regenerate. These two right here. So we have the API key. I'm going to copy that and put that in for the consumer key. And the API key secret, copy that and put that in for the consumer secret. Then click on yes, I saved them. And for authentication tokens, I'm going to choose access token and secret. Click on regenerate. Yes, regenerate. Copy the access token. Put that in here. And copy the access token secret. Put that in here. And then, after all those are filled in, we can add our actual content for the tweet or the X down here with merge tags. So for the text, I'm going to add in here new merch drop. I'm going to add the product name, paste that in there, and I'll put the URL there as well. Maybe the short description for good measure. That wasn't the short one. The short description. We're on X here. It's got to be short. Add that there, and we're going to add the permalink. Paste that there. For the media URL, this would be a link to the image. Let's see if we have that. Image URL right there. Paste that in there. We again have the option to enable connection and conditional logic. I'm going to leave those as they're set. Click on save. And now our connections are ready. Finally, click on save on the right hand side. Hopefully nothing goes wrong and our work is saved, because that's a bit of work to set those up. Luckily, we only have to do it once for this specific setup, and possibly only once for all of them if you're using the same brand over and over. I'm going to choose enable now, click on update to turn it on, and now we're going to add a product. We're going to go to products under WooCommerce and add new product. So I've filled in the product details. I have here brand new t-shirt test. For the description, I have this is a test of the Notification Master plugin. Pretend this is a product notification for a brand new t-shirt. The reason I write that is because I get lots of emails whenever I start doing this kind of stuff on social media. People think my account's been hacked because it's not always WordPress related, the stuff I'm posting. So trying to ward off some of that by saying this is a test. And for the short description, I have the same thing. And I have a product image right over here. That should be everything we need. When I click on publish, this should show up on my social pages if everything was set up properly. So let's try it. Fingers crossed. Publish that. Now let's open up my Instagram account, Facebook account, and X account. And there we go. There's our post right there. If I click on it, it has the information that I added. The link's not clickable though. But if I open that page, see where it goes. There's our brand new t-shirt. Sweet. So that was Instagram. On Facebook, it's right here. Same idea. This link is clickable. And on Twitter, X, same thing. Link is clickable again. So it must be something to do with the Instagram interface, not with Notification Master, why that link's not clickable. Anyway, all the posts are there. Sweet. That wasn't that hard to do. The setup took some time, but once it was set up, this is now going to be posting new products every time we put new products on our shelf in the store. And if you want to, you could set up so many of these things, an unlimited number. Now that one's set up and enabled, if I go to the notifications tab, we see it here, and we can go in and edit it. We can duplicate it. We can trash it. We can turn it on and off. Lots of options for what to do with it. So that's our first notification automation. The next one is going to be connecting your WooCommerce store, specifically when you change the status of an order, to WhatsApp via Twilio. So you can keep your customers up to date right in their cell phones, and it's going to be super convenient for them. But before I start that, I'm just going to pause this video and delete these social posts before I start getting emails about how I've been hacked when I haven't been. So I'll just pause this video while I do that. Okay, those posts have been deleted. Now let's head back into here and click on Add New Notification. And I'm going to call this one WooCom Order Status Update to WhatsApp via Twilio. I like to be really specific when I describe these things, just because it helps me understand what it is. If I have a big list of notifications, I can just read the title and I know what that one does. Click on save, save our progress along the way. I didn't do that every step for the previous one, but every connection I added, I probably should have saved just in case. So for the trigger, I'm going to search for order, and right here, order status change. That's the one we want. I'm going to click on add connection, and I'm going to choose Twilio, and then next. I could name these a little better as well, the connection names, but I'll just keep it as this. I really quickly created a Twilio account. It's free. You get $15.50 to try it out. And it took just a few minutes to set up my account and verify it. And this is the page I landed on when I opened the account. So here it says we need 3 things to use Twilio with third-party applications: an account, SID, and an auth token, which are down here. We need a Twilio phone number and an upgraded Twilio account. So the free one might not work for this video. So if I have to upgrade, I will. But let's get a trial phone number with Twilio. There it is right there. Look at that. That was pretty quick. Trial phone number. Now before I upgrade, I'm going to try to make this integration work without upgrading, but if I have to, I will do that. So on our integration page, we have to add the account SID and auth token. So those are right here. Let's copy this. Paste the account SID right there. And the auth token right there. The message type, I'm going to choose WhatsApp. You can also choose SMS, which is just a text message. The WhatsApp number is what? Is that the Twilio phone number? Let's try it. Let's paste that in there. And the to number is what's going to come from the order form in WooCommerce. Let's see if we have that. Order shipping, first name, last name, company, address, city, state, postal code. Order billing, first name, last name, company, address, city, phone. There it is right there. So we need their phone number. So you have to make sure that when you're doing WooCommerce orders and receiving orders, that they're adding their phone numbers. Make that a required field. Under message, we are messaging them, in this case, for when the order status changes. So I'm going to say your order status with website dev XYZ, which is this website right here, has changed to, let's add or look for order status under general. No, deleted my search. So under order, might be a status one. There's right there, order status. There's lots of merge tags. So our order status is this. So this is a pretty generic message because you can put any order status in here and it will make sense. However, there are a bunch of order statuses like pending, processing, shipped, canceled. If you wanted to make specific messages for each of those, for example, if you wanted to have one saying your order is shipped, ! You could add conditional logic that looks at the order status as the merge tag is equal to, let's go to products. Actually, if we have to do an order, but we put the actual name of the order status in here. So if it's shipped, then if the order status is equal to shipped, then you send this notification, which could be your order's been shipped. And then you make a different notification for your order status has been changed to pending. Your order status has been or your order's been canceled. Contact support, stuff like that. You can do with conditional logic. We'll see the order status message option specifically in a minute. So let's click on save because I think that's all set up and ready to go. Then click on enable and update. Now we have to complete an order. I have some orders on this site already, but I want to make sure that I add my phone number, which I don't always do in my demo orders. So let's go out to the website and make an order through the WooCommerce shop. Go to shop. Let's do this one right here. Assorted box of macarons. Looks pretty good. Add to cart. Looks like I already have a bunch of things in my cart. Let's check out the cart. That's a lot. I'll take all of these. Excellent. Let's proceed to checkout. Let's fill out this form, including the phone number. I have to put a fake one in here for these videos. I have to set a payment option really quick. I will set it to cash on delivery. WooCommerce settings, payments, take offline payments, cash on delivery, enable that one. Sweet. Now if I go out here and refresh, this should have cash on delivery as an option, and it does. So I'm going to fill out this form really quick with my data, then click on place order. At this point, our order status has changed, hasn't it? Because we just placed an order. So we didn't have an order before. we placed an order. However, I don't know if that counts. So under trigger, we also have order created. So if we wanted to send a text message right when the order is created, we'd use this one. So the order status changed would not have sent a message at this point, or should not have. So now if we go to our order, I'll show you the different order status change options. This is our order right here. So it's currently set to processing is the status. Right over here, we can change the status from processing to something else. We have pending payment, on hold, completed, canceled, refunded, failed, and draft. All those options can be selected for in the conditional logic we saw earlier. So if the status is completed, we can say that your item's been shipped in the message. Or if the status is on hold, we can say there's been an error of some kind, please contact admin. You get the idea. So I'm going to change this from processing to completed. And if we don't have to upgrade our Twilio account to make this work, I should get a text message. Or sorry, a WhatsApp message. And it should be pretty much instant. There we go. Let's take a look on my phone. And yeah, there's the message. I don't know if you can see that from here, but it shows as green as me sending it because it came from my own phone number. If you recall, I verify my phone number as the one that's sending. And so it looks like it's from me, which it is. For other people, it'd be on the other side and it'd show up as white, I'm pretty sure. I'm not a huge WhatsApp user, but I'm pretty sure it's how it would be. And now we're notified whenever our order status changes. And that setup was even easier than all the other ones we saw in this video. A notification master can do so much more. Let's check out their homepage. If you want to learn more, come to this page. It's linked in the description down below, and you can learn more about what Notification Master can do for you to help your business. On the pricing page, you see what the pricing is, and it's quite reasonable. It's $48.99 per year, currently on discount, usually $70 a year. But you can imagine when you're notifying your customers of new products and you're in constant contact with your subscribers and your customers, you will for sure have more people coming back to your business and engaging with it and hopefully buying it. And it shouldn't take too many sales for this to be worthwhile. And if you have lots of websites, if you go on a per website basis, this is the cheapest plan. For 25 websites, $170 currently, $240 normally. You get a lot of value from that. If you're driving customers to 25 websites, and all those websites are making you money when you drive customers there or visitors there. So it doesn't take long to pay for itself, and it's a great tool to have in your business arsenal. So I encourage you to check it out. Click the link in the description down below to come to the Notification Master homepage, or check out the free version first. Either way, I'm pretty sure this can help you in your business. If you like this video, make sure you click like and subscribe to let me know, and then check out the video that's on the screen right now, which is all about speeding up your website. Because when you have people coming back to your site after receiving notifications, you want your site to be super fast, otherwise they're going to bounce. So check out that video to make your site super fast, and I'll see you there.